My bad, I thought I was still in the kingdom I was in a few years ago. If I had known there were no poison masters in the Tianxian kingdom, I would never have mentioned this. Although there are many books about poisons in the library, I haven't read them yet. Besides, there is no record of this profession in the Tianxian kingdom. Looks like I'll only have to learn more about the world. Since there are poison masters, it means the kingdom he used to stay in is top-ranked. We've visited all the top-ranked kingdoms around, but we have never heard of Yang Xian or someone like him. Then do you know what poisons are needed to make this medicine? If you have them here, I can try to make one. The top priority now is to save the Grandmaster. Make one. To be honest, the prescription for this medicine is very simple, which consists of 10 poisons. Even I can recite them clearly. But to make it reach perfect balance, have no side effects, and be able to increase vitality is the unique skill of the poison master. Even the slightest mistake will lead to total failure, so even you know the prescription, there's no way you can make it. I can't make it even I know the prescription. How about this? Just tell me the prescription and get those poisons for me. Alright, since you insist. The prescription for the all-nourishing medicine consists of soul-rooted grass, the venom of the bamboo snake, deadly flowers, the blood of the black toad. All of them are indeed very poisonous. After taking any one of them, even the martial artists at the Qi connection stage will die, let alone the other people. But since these 10 poisons can become an extremely nutritious tonic when they're made in special proportions, I have to say the skills of the poison master are really amazing. But I don't think it will change anything even if we get them for you. Without a poison master to make it, it's just a deadly poison, which doesn't do anything to save people. Yeah, Shenhong's current condition is indeed very intractable. Maybe we can just figure out another way together. While that medicine made by the poison master can restore one's vitality in a short period of time, and using it to save Shenhong is indeed the best way now, it's useless if we don't know how to make it. You guys have also said this medicine will work, so if we can make this medicine up, all will be well. We've already known what poisons are needed, so who cares if there's a poison master or not? Do you think without a poison master, there's no way to save a person? But we know very little about the properties of these poisons. Once anything goes wrong, these poisons will kill Shenhong on the spot, which is totally irreversible. Alright, if we know very little about them, let's just learn more about them, and if we don't know how to make the medicine, let's just try it. There's no need to make such a fuss. Learn. Try. Don't you think such last-minute cramming is too outrageous? In this world, every profession requires the guidance of a master and years of constant research to achieve anything, but this guy just said he's gonna learn and apply it immediately. What the hell? Shenjue, what's with this person you brought to save me? I just want to live a few years longer to guard the Tianxian kingdom. But this guy is gonna use drugs, poison, or something like that on me. What the hell have I done wrong? Mr. Yang, the things you need are ready. Okay. Alright, I have all the materials now. So I can use the Library of Heaven's path to find the right recipe for this medicine. Mr. Yang, it's not a game after all, so you'd better not try it, Will. I know it's not a game, so I'm gonna learn how to make it now. He's really gonna learn it. Alright, let's get started. Combine all the books about poisons together. The right recipe. Alright, let me have a look. Poisons can harm as well as save lives, so we can't always take a negative attitude towards them. Learning to use the poison well can even bring people back to life. Although the poison master is a discreditable job, its skills have extensive knowledge and profound scholarship, which cannot be mastered in a very short time. This Mr. Yang is very knowledgeable and his methods to help people break through are very unusual. So let's just see how he's gonna do it. As expected, although I haven't reached the level of a poison master, I've got a pretty good grasp of the knowledge of these poisons. Grandmaster. Mr. Yang, the Grandmaster can't hold on any longer. It's gonna be too late if you don't come to help him. Mr. Yang, if you have any other way to save him, please do it. If you can really save him, we Tianxian Kingdom is willing to give anything to you. But I am trying to save him. After I get this medicine ready, just let the Grandmaster take it, and then I'll figure out a way to help him after he gets some strength back. He's totally messing around. A person would die instantly even if only a tenth or even 1% of these poisons were accidentally ingested, let alone a drop. It's very horrible. Therefore, the preparation of the poison requires special equipment and should be extremely accurate. Even the slightest error will not be allowed. But Mr. Yang is just doing it at random. Yeah. When poison masters make a new poison, after mixing two poisons together, they'll give them time to react before they add the third one, just like the alchemists do when they refine the pills. There's a certain order of what drugs to put in and when to put them in, and even a little error would undo all the efforts, since he just puts in the drugs at will. I'm afraid that he might cause death. All-nourishing medicine. I've made it. He has made it. All he did was put in the drugs at random and then, he just managed to make it. Maybe it's just he himself who thinks he has made it. Give it to him to drink. Be quick. Drink. But we haven't determined if it's toxic yet. We have no time to lose, just give it to him, or he may die for real. But this medicine. To be honest, I don't have the slightest confidence that the medicine made up by Mr. Yang will work, but I can't come up with another way now. It will be dead either way, so let me just take my chances. Grandmaster. Please forgive my rudeness. I am the Grandmaster of the Tianxian Kingdom, an extremely powerful martial artist who is even more exalted than the Emperor. But now I am being fed an unknown poison that hasn't been tested to be harmless by the pill sample beasts. Why is my life so hard? I can't live in peace, and now I can't even die in peace. Grandmaster. So, it still failed. As expected, this is not a drug that can be made easily. Mr. Yang, the Grandmaster. Your Majesty, are you gonna kill the Grandmaster? Please make way. What? Grandmaster, you? Are you gonna choke Mu Epsilon to death, you unfilial bastard? No, I'm not, Grandmaster. Thank you for saving me, Mr. Yang. Let's cut the pleasantries. I need you to show me your punches now. Punch. After having a close call with death, I've thought it all through. If I can keep this kingdom, I'll try my best to keep it, but if I can't, I'll just obey my destiny. There's no need to push for it. Besides, I feel so enervated that I can't wield any chi now. So I think there's no point in letting you see my feeble punches. I'm sorry, Mr. Yang, but let's just skip that. The only reason I want you to show me your punches is that I need to let the library generate the book for me so that I would know what's wrong with you. But why are you going into a long-winded monologue, and you even begin talking about philosophy? It's very good that you can make such a conclusion after escaping death, Shenhong. All wealth and honor will be useless in the end, and what matters most is your own strength. Although the power the kingdom vested in you is very good, it has restricted your development. Otherwise, with your talents, you must have long broken through to the Grandmaster level. Yeah, it's a pity that I didn't realize it until now. But my ass. Just cut the crap and show me your punches. There's a limit to how long the all-nourishing medicine can restore a person's vitality, which will wear off after an incense stick has burned out. But instead of showing me your punches, you just began talking nonsense and expressing your reflections on life. You can just die after an incense stick has burned out, but in that way, all my hard efforts to make the all-nourishing medicine will be just in vain. Grandmaster. Didn't you just wake him up? So why did you have to knock him out? Is there really a medical method that can only be used when the patient is put in a coma? Alright, now let me see what on earth is wrong with this Grandmaster. Shenhong, the grandfather of Shenjue, the emperor of the Tianxian Kingdom. A martial artist at the half-step Grandmaster stage. Mr. Yang, can the Grandmaster still be saved? Yes, it's not too late now, let's wake him up first. Okay. Grandmaster, how do you feel now? Are you all right? I think, I just had a dream. I have just begun to express my reflections on life and then. Save your crap. Now I'll give you two choices. First, break through to the Grandmaster level and continue to live. Second, just like what you said just now, you can feel free to choose to die and save me some efforts to help you. I still stand a chance to live. And I can even break through to the Grandmaster level. Mr. Yang, can you really teach me the way to break through? It's very easy to break through, but you've got to listen to me and do exactly what I say. No refutation and no resistance. Otherwise, I won't be able to make you break through. That is to say, all you need to do is cooperate and do what you're told without asking any questions. That's just a little thing which is very easy to do. As long as you can make me break through, I'm willing to do anything. Easy. A little thing. The reason this Mr. Yang asks you to agree to everything he says before the treatment starts is that. Okay, it's good that you agree to that. Your Majesty, please go get some dancing girls here in the palace. They're better to have a nice body. Dancing girls. The dancing girls only know to dance and they almost have no cultivation base, so what does he want them for? Besides, he even wants them to have a nice body. Why do I feel like this is not going to be used for treatment? Is it because Mr. Yang is also? Fine, forget about it. Mr. Yang's wisdom is beyond my comprehension. Now let me just do what I was told. Mr. Yang, are you satisfied with them? Yes, that's enough. I don't know what Mr. Yang is gonna do, but I think I can learn from such methods of breaking through. Yeah, although I've seen Mr. Yang's unusual means, I still need to dig a little deeper into his method. Why do I feel the way he uses to help Shenhong is so different from the way he used to help me? Right, Your Majesty, I forgot to tell you. To prepare me some more things. Mr. Yang, if you're interested in that kind of thing, I can send as many as you want to your mansion, but I should say, it's unseemly to use it here. Besides, since you're so strong, I don't think you'll need that thing. Just cut your meaningless crap and do what Mr. Yang said. Go. Yes. What did he ask Shinjui to do? He asked His Majesty to get him a thing. A thing? What's that thing that could make Shinjui so shocked? It's the filter. Although I've long guessed Mr. Yang's means would not be normal, the filter is still. He sends for dancing girls, takes Shenhong's clothes off, and then asks for this thing. Is he gonna do that kind of thing here? Mr. Yang, the things you want are ready. Okay, give the drug to me and tie the Grandmaster to the bed with this rope. Tie him to the bed. Please forgive my rudeness, Grandmaster. It's okay, just do it. Mr. Yang, I've done. Okay, then let the Grandmaster take this drug. What? Stop your questions and just give it to me. Yes. This just keeps getting weirder. Do we need to stop them? But I think it's not out of control yet, so let's just wait a little longer. When I had a sack put over my head and beaten, at least my reputation wasn't ruined, but this time it seems that Mr. Yang is gonna make the Grandmaster do something immoral to break through, so I think even if the Grandmaster has succeeded, his anger towards that may kill him. Alright, you guys just stand here and dance. Yes. Dance. Since I've already reached this age, I've long lost that kind of desire. They can no longer arouse. This feeling is. How is it possible? Shenjue, what was that thing you just fed me? It's filter. Filter. Fuck. I'm fine with you playing such a trick on your parents. But how can you do that to your grandfather? Grandmaster, please don't blame me. It's Mr. Yang who asked me to do so. I can't refuse him. Bullshit. Mr. Yang is a noted teacher and an upright man, so how can he possibly let me eat that kind of thing? You must have got him wrong, and now you want to shift the blame on Mr. Yang. Have you forgotten how good I've been to you, you brat? I can't take it anymore. Mr. Yang, can you do something to help him? No, just leave him alone. Mr. Liu, you have always been well informed, so can you see what way Mr. Yang is using to help him break through? The way of breaking through. In my whole life, I've never heard that one can make a breakthrough by taking drugs. Mr. Liu, would you like to stop this farce? How can we just let it have its way? But, the way Mr. Yang helped me last time was also very inconceivable. Maybe this is just like last time. It may look very weird, but it's actually very helpful to him. But, look at it, Shenhong has totally gone crazy now. Once this thing gets out, his reputation will be ruined even if he dies. Besides, The Grandmaster level is the first hurdle of the 9 levels of martial artists, just like carp jumping over the dragon gate. Once the martial artist manages to make a breakthrough, he will take a qualitative leap. Over the years, numerous talents and top martial artists couldn't make it and were stuck in this stage even when they were at their best and had the strongest chi. While Shenhong has lost his reason and only thinks about throwing himself at the beauties now, so how could he possibly succeed? I can't take it anymore. This is the 8th level of the martial artist, the Grandmaster level. He has made it. You guys can leave now. Yes. Grandmaster. Thank you, Mr. Yang. Please get up. Mr. Yang, why can the Grandmaster? My work is already done, but he's still asking me for an explanation. It's so troublesome. The Grandmaster is almost at the end of his life, and his physical functions have declined to the limit. Under these circumstances, his desire to live is not that strong. And just because of this, he can show contempt for life and death and feel that death is not that scary. In this case, both his mind stage and the body function have reached a state of decline, so even the grade 2 and grade 3 top pills won't be able to get him over the hump and break through to the Grandmaster level, let alone tonics. So if you want to keep him alive, you've got to find him a reason to live, and one that he can't refuse. Whenever it is, no man can refuse the temptation of young women. Besides, he has taken drugs, so under the stimulation of medicine, his body function will certainly be revitalized. Once such a feeling builds up to a certain point, it will be much easier for him to make a breakthrough. Of course, the most important factor is the scorching sun spell he cultivates. After cultivating the scorching sun spell for so many years, there's a lot of yang qi in his body and he is endowed with the fire nature. At this time, the stimulation of drugs and beauties to him is just like sparks being dropped on an oil drum, which immediately ignited a fire. So that's it. With all his energy being concentrated on one point to make a breakthrough, it will be just a cinch to do it. I can't believe this can work. His ways now seem more inconceivable than unorthodox. So there are many different ways to make a breakthrough. If you're stuck in a rut, it's not going to work in a lot of situations. As the noted teachers, we need to keep pondering rather than stick to the rules only. Luckily, I infused my chi into the pill, which broken through a blockage in his meridians. Only when his meridians are flowing smoothly can he make a breakthrough at one stroke. But as the chi formation of heaven's path I cultivate is too pure, I'd better keep it a secret for now. You're right, Mr. Yang. Right, Mr. Yang. I have also been stuck at the half-step Grandmaster stage for many years, so do I need to use some drugs and beauties to break through to the Grandmaster level, too? Your Majesty, Lu Sun and Wang Chao, the teachers of the Hongtian Academy, wants to see you. What are they coming here for at such a time? Lu Sun, Wang Chao. Take them to the study, I'll be there in a minute. Didn't they want to see me just now, but why are they coming here now? Is it because I was spotted leaving the mansion and then they came after me here? Shenjue, then I'll just leave you to your business, I don't want to show my face like this. Yes, we'll also leave after talking with the Grandmaster about the breakthrough for a while. Alright. Your Majesty, can I join you in meeting those 2-star teachers of the Tianxian Kingdom? Sure. Your Majesty, Lu Sun and Wang Chao are here. Aren't they the 2 haughty idiots I met at the gate of the academy yesterday? So they are the legendary Lu Sun and Wang Chao. Greetings, Your Majesty. What do you want to see me about, gentlemen? We venture to come here to ask you for something, Your Majesty. We want to borrow 3 million gold coins from you. Borrow money. We want to visit Mr. Yang, but there is a rule, which I think you may have also heard about, that is, we've got to hand over 3 million gold coins before entering his yard. I assure you I'll pay you back, as long as I can meet Mr. Yang. I'm fully confident that he'll make me his apprentice. When the time comes, I'm sure my 3 million gold coins will be returned, and then I can give the money back to you, Your Majesty. You want to visit Mr. Yang? Why are you so sure Mr. Yang will take you as his apprentice? What if he turns you down and then your 3 million just goes down the drain? How are you going to pay His Majesty back by then? Since I, Lu Sun, have the ability to make a name for myself in the Tianxian Kingdom, surely I have the confidence, As for whether Mr. Yang will accept me or whether the 3 million can be returned, it's my own business, so don't bother to worry about it. Besides, I'm talking to His Majesty, so you, a mere merchant, don't get to point fingers and make these unnecessary comments. I'm not trying to butt in on this, I just want to remind you that once the money can't be returned, you'll certainly not be able to pay His Majesty back. What are you going to tell His Majesty at that time? Please watch your tongue, sir. Mr. Lu Sun is the star teacher ranked first in the Hongtian Academy and will become a noted teacher sooner or later. Do you think such a person is going to be a deadbeat for mere 3 million gold coins? To say the least, even if others want to give the money to Mr. Lu, he may not accept it. Not everyone can make a future noted teacher owe a favor. Okay. All right. Your Majesty, you know how I am, so even if Mr. Yang refuses to return the money, as long as I have the determination to do it, I'm sure to scrape together the money and pay it back to you. I don't have to ruin my reputation to be a deadbeat just for this amount of money. Well, I seem to have heard that Mriang no longer receives visitors, so even if you have money, you may not be able to see him. Whether I can see him or not, it's my own business. Don't you think it's very rude of you to try to meddle with others' business? I'm borrowing money from His Majesty, not from you. It's His Majesty who can choose to lend it to me or not. You don't have to worry about that. All right. It's just 3 million, so you don't have to borrow it. Master Lu Chen is my teacher, so I can just give the money to you. Thank you, Your Majesty. But still, please take this as borrowing. I don't want to owe that guy any favor. Mr. Li, take them to get 3 million gold coins. Yes, Your Majesty. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll pay you back as soon as possible. I assure you I'll keep my word. Then please allow us to excuse ourselves now, Your Majesty. Okay. By the way, I don't know who you are, but since you're able to confer with His Majesty, you can't be some kind of nonentity. However, there's one thing I want to warn you about. When others are in a conversation, you'd better not cut in at will. It's very annoying to do so. Mr. Li, who is that guy? Well, sorry, all I know is that he is a guest of His Majesty. Sorry, Mr. Yang, he might not know who you are. He didn't mean to offend. It doesn't matter, it's inevitable for him to be a little proud since he has made such achievements at such a young age. Alright, since Shenhong has made the breakthrough, I've got to leave now. Hope you can collect the secret books about the Qi connection stage for me soon, Your Majesty. Yes. See you. When we see Mr. Yang, just cut all the crap and get to the point, telling him that we want to be his apprentices and are willing to serve him. Okay, but look at the guy behind us. He's the man in the palace just now. Yeah, he's a man who can be in council with His Majesty, so although he's very mean, he must be something. Let's just ignore him and mind our own business. Yeah, I know, but why do I feel he's following us? Maybe he wants to visit Mr. Yang, too. Alright, stop talking. Mr. San is just at the gate, so let's hand over the money to him. Mr. San, here's the fee for the two of us to visit Mr. Yang. This time we're qualified to go in there, right? You managed to scrape together the money that quick. But didn't you hear what I just said? From now on, Mr. Yang stops receiving money, no matter how large the amount is. The ones who haven't been called should not mess around and just get out of here. San Chong, you're nothing but a mere butler. Do you know who you are talking to? Wang Chao, calm down. Mr. San, I don't think we need to introduce ourselves anymore. It's our fault to come here without the money before. But this time, we've got both the money and the self-introduction prepared, so could you please bring them to Mr. Yang for us again? If Mr. Yang really refuses to meet us, then we'll just give up and don't bother him ever again. Why could that guy just walk in there? Mr. San, what's that supposed to mean? We have both handed over the money and self-introduction, but we've only got shut out. So why could that guy just walk in there without any permission? Is that guy an idiot? Does he lose his mind? It turns out that not all star teachers are smart. Judging from these people's reaction, is he? Mr. San, the one who walked in just now is. He's my master. Mr. Yang, Yang Xian. Mr. Yang. What's this poison? How come? I've never seen this before. Although there are thousands of books about poisons in the library, which record the properties and smell of various poisons, The black smoke in my body doesn't match any of the ones in the book. And I can't use my chi to drive it out. When the chi pours in, this black smoke will be like seeing its nemesis burrow into the meridians and hide. There's no record of this poison even in the royal library of the Tianxian kingdom, which means the rank of this poison is higher than the Tianxian kingdom. But when did I take this poison? As far as I can remember, none of the people I've met so far have used poison, and Mr. Liu has also said there are no poison masters in the Tianxian kingdom. Is it that the previous owner of my body didn't die of drinking, but of this poison? But he was just a good-for-nothing orphan without any relatives and had offended no one, so who would use a poison that even can't be found in the Tianxian kingdom to kill him? If they really want to kill him, they can just beat him to death. There's no need for such a fuss. Why took the trouble to do that? Fine, my chi can suppress this black smoke now anyway. If I want to detoxify my body, I need to know what poison it is first. The books about poisons in the Tianxian kingdom are still not enough. Seems that I've got to go to a place with more books. But I need to settle the things down here first. Let me go ask those 3 noted teachers about it later. Mr. Liu, why do we have to change clothes? I've heard from His Majesty about the thing between Zhang Xuan and Lu Sun. Since we're free now, let's just come to take a look. But if we come here in the suit of the noted teacher, I believe Mr. Zhang Xuan will directly come to us reverentially and do whatever we say. If so, how can we see his true character? Yeah, it's good to change into our own clothes. Only when nobody knows who we are can we test his character. But isn't this classroom too small? Looks like this Mr. Zhang is indeed not well treated at the academy. He taught in such a bad environment, but can still remain calm, since he can be not elated by success nor disturbed by failure. Seems that he can already take the rough with the smooth. That's very admirable. Wang Tao. I still can't understand what Mr. Zhang said about condense qi and let it flow together. Can you explain it to me again? Okay, but since Mr. Zhang explained very mysterious and subtle about this point of knowledge, even I only understand less than 1/10 of it. How about this? When Mr. Zhang explained that, I had taken some notes, so let's study on it together. Okay, that's great. Look, this is what Mr. Zhang said about the breath-gathering stage. Condense qi and let it flow together. Take the spiritual energy of heaven and earth as a part of your own body. Instead of forcing yourself to absorb it, in this way, qi will take us humans as their carriers so that the degree we can condense spiritual energy will increase. At that time Mr. Zhang had taught 10 methods, but I had only taken notes on 3 of them. We can study on them together. Look at the first one. Take the spiritual energy of heaven and earth as a part of your own body. I've also heard this theory from my teacher. This Zhang Xuan can explain it so subtly. Let's hear more of it. Mr. Zhuang, you're on my hair. I'm sorry. 10 minutes later. He can even dissect the mere breath-gathering stage so thoroughly. Look like this Mr. Zhang's insight into cultivation is far superior to mine. I'm afraid that he might have already reached the enlightened level. Everything in the world can enlighten a man as long as he observes it carefully. The enlightened level is a realm of understanding that comes only after one's cultivation base has reached the Grandmaster level, and one's martial art has formed its own school. Has Zhang Xuan already reached the Grandmaster level? Not only Grandmasters can reach that level, some very excellent teachers, through the research and learning of cultivation, can form their own school of thought, too. If a teacher can teach students this kind of theory, the students may be enlightened and benefit a lot, but this kind of teacher is almost 1 in a million and is very hard to find. I didn't expect Mr. Zhang was one of them. He's really like an unprocessed jade with good quality. Yeah, even I will get new insights into my cultivation after hearing this theory, not to mention the students. He uses the simplest and concise words to explain the most complex cultivation so that anyone can understand that. I really admire his skill. With this theory, his students are sure to make progress very fast. Maybe it will only take them less than 1 year to break through to the breath-gathering stage. It's a pity that we can only sit in on Mr. Zhang's class and are only qualified for the most basic explanations. If we could get a one-on-one lesson from him, we'd probably have long broken through to the next level. Yeah. Sit in on. They are just students, who can only sit in on his class. My sister, Wang Ying, was just at the early level 1 breath-gathering stage when the school begins, But after getting Mr. Zhang's one-on-one training, she made very big progress in cultivation base in about just 10 days, and she has even managed to break through to the Dantian formation stage last night. I envy her so much. I really don't know why I was so pig-headed back then as I set my heart on being Mr. Lu's student. If I had chosen Mr. Zhang to be my teacher, I would have long made a breakthrough. What his student went from the early level 1 breath gathering stage to the Dantian formation stage in about 10 days. When people are at the level 1 breath gathering stage, they should gather qi and let it flow through the whole body. Without the nourishment of qi, the meridians in the body won't be able to dilate smoothly, and thus people won't be able to break through to the Dantian formation stage. That is to say, this stage can only be broken through step by step, and there is no shortcut to go at all. Without years of effort, it's very hard to break through to this stage. Even if it's us who are to instruct the students, it would also take at least half a year to make them break through. She made a breakthrough in about just 10 days. If it's true, doesn't that mean this Zhang Xuan is even better than us in teaching? This is. It's perhaps Yuan Tao banging against the wall again. Yuan Tao, is he the student who came last in the academy examination? Maybe. Let's go to have a look. His defense is so strong, I reckon even the martial artists at the level 6 acupoint opening stage can't crack such a powerful defense. Even if it's us who want to crack his defense, it would take a lot of work. Look there. What powerful leg techniques! The force of her kick must have been 400 kilograms. She turns and swings her legs. After that, she starts to push and then twists her hips. All her movements are flowing very smoothly. Yeah, the way I see it, this girl must have been cultivating the leg techniques for at least 7 or 8 years, or else her techniques can never be so excellent. Is she also Zhang Xuan's student? But why have we never heard of any of his students being so good at leg techniques? Why are there such weirdos in our academy? I don't know, let's just get out of here. Right, isn't she Wang Ying, the girl who has got injured in the leg? Please calm down, Mr. Lu. I can't believe she has not only recovered from her leg injury but also got so powerful leg techniques. But, since she was once injured in the leg, how could her legs possibly explode with such power? Is it because her leg has been completely healed? But even if it has been completely healed, it wouldn't have had such explosive power all at once. Mr. Lu, look over there. Is there anything wrong? He's just trying to get the spear intent, as people who practice spearmanship often do, so I don't see there's anything unusual. It's not his movements, but... This is... Spear. Gosh, chill out, will you? Why do I feel like some people were there just now? Did I hear it wrong? Are you sure you have seen it? Absolutely, that is spear intent. Almost no one under the age of 40 can really perform spear intent. This teenager's chi is gushing out and he has even got spear intent. Although it's the simplest and most basic one, it's the real spear intent after all. He is Zhengyang. When he entered the school, he wanted to choose Mr. Wang as his teacher, but Mr. Wang didn't think he was qualified to be his student, so he must only have mastered some basic spear techniques at that time. But now, in about just 10 days, he has become a spear master who can let out spear intent. It's not the result of excellent teaching skills already, but a miracle. Zhang Xuan. What is him exactly? I've finally solved all the problems of people who have paid money in these 2 days. I'm finally free now. But the teacher evaluation is the day after tomorrow. I wonder how those kids' cultivation is going on now. Master Zhang. We're on our way to meet you at the academy. It has saved us many efforts to run into you here. Hi, Master Zhang. Why do you want to see me? We want to ask you for a favor. What's it? I'll try my best to help if I can. I think you still remember that we went to Master Lu Chen to ask for Mo Xian painting, right? Actually, the reason we want Mo Xian painting is that we want it for someone's birthday. The painting you have given us would be a perfect birthday present. It's just that I'm afraid that it would be very troublesome if Mr. Tian wants to see its painter when he sees the painting, so I want to invite you to the birthday banquet with us. Go to a birthday banquet. I have no interest in it at all, so I'll skip it. I don't care whose birthday it is, But it's none of my business anyway, and I don't want to go over there and suck up to people at all. Master Zhang, just come with us. This Mr. Tian is a very nice person, and even His Majesty will attend that banquet in person. His Majesty will attend, too. Yeah, actually, to be honest with you, His Majesty will indeed come. But more importantly, the ones who invite you to that banquet are not us, but my teacher, the noted teacher Lu Ling. Lu Ling is your teacher. And he knows me. Now I am Zhang Xuan, not Mr. Yang. Does Mr. Lu really know who Zhang Xuan is? And he has even especially sent someone to invite me. Is it because my cover has been blown? If my cover has really been blown, leaving aside it's a very serious crime to disguise myself as a noted teacher, how am I supposed to explain why me, a nobody under 20, knows so many things and have got such sharp eyes? I can't find any excuse for it at all. Not only Mr. Lu, Mr. Zhuang and Mr. Jing know you, too. Especially when I told them you could draw a painting at the 5th level yesterday, all of them almost jumped with excitement. Master Zhang, I should say this is a very good chance. I have never seen my teacher so interested in a person. As long as he has his eye on you, you'll be able to become his apprentice and teaching assistant very soon. Besides, you've got a supplementary occupation, and with your teaching assistantship, you can basically pass the trial of noted teachers. A supplementary occupation. Pass the trial of noted teachers, what does that mean? The noted teacher should not only be able to give guidance on cultivation, but also on other professions. Therefore, to become a noted teacher, you should not only have a wealth of knowledge, but most importantly, you should also have a certain supplementary occupation. Simply put, if you're well versed in one supplementary occupation, you're qualified to take the trial of 1-star noted teachers, and if you're well versed in 2 supplementary occupations, you're qualified to take the trial of 2-star noted teachers, and so on. Of course, the demands of the supplementary occupations will also increase accordingly, and the higher level one applies for, the more demanding it is. If you only want to apply for the 1-star noted teacher, it's totally enough to take painter as your supplementary occupation. I see, no wonder the noted teachers can give guidance on any profession, so that's the reason. Right, I've already got 1-star alchemist as my supplementary occupation. Does that mean as long as I can be the apprentice of a noted teacher, I will be qualified to take the trial of noted teachers? With this status, I will be respected wherever I go and no one will dare to make trouble for me anymore. Looks like I've got to pass the trial of noted teachers as soon as possible. If you want to be a noted teacher, you should become one's apprentice and teaching assistant first, and if you want to be an apprentice, you should have a real noted teacher as your teacher and let them act as your guide. You can also take either Lu Ling, Zhuang Xian or Zheng Fei as your teacher, Master Zhang. You want me to choose one of them as my teacher? In these 2 days, these 3 people often went to Mr. Yang's mansion and implied that they wanted me to be their teacher from time to time, but since I thought Yang Xian would soon be taken off the stage, I had never said yes to them. If I really use the identity of Zhang Xian to take one of them as my teacher, and if they take Yang Xian as their teacher, then I will be my own Grandmaster and my own apprentice's apprentice at the same time. And the point is, once they want to let Yang Xian and Zhuang Xian meet each other, this lie will be exposed. Damn, what the hell is this mess? If that really happens, I'm gonna have a split personality sooner or later. Fine, forget about it for now. Maybe it would be good to meet these 3 noted teachers as Zhang Xian, for first, it can get them to remember me, and second, I can just take the chance to ask them about the poison gas in my body. Then when is that birthday banquet you mentioned, and who is that Mr. Tian exactly? Is he someone so important that even those 3 noted teachers and His Majesty will go to visit him in person? The birthday banquet is today, and if we leave now, we'll make it just in time. I'll tell you about Mr. Tian on the way. Okay. Mr. Tian used to be a teacher of Beiwu Academy, and Mr. Lu, Mr. Zhuang, and Mr. Zheng had all learned from him. Although he didn't teach them how to cultivate, he was once their teacher after all, so surely they should attend his 90th birthday banquet since they're all in the Tianshan kingdom now. This Mr. Tian doesn't teach how to cultivate, but he's also a teacher. What Mr. Tian mainly teaches is the tea ceremony. He is a real master of the tea ceremony. Master of the tea ceremony. Mr. Liu and the other two teachers only learned from him for a while for the trial of noted teachers, so they were not really his real students. The mansion of Mr. Tian. Here we are. Master Zhang, please come with me. Mr. Liu and the other two teachers shouldn't be here yet, let's wait for them in the side chamber. You, glad to see you. How dare you call her you? I advise you to stay away from here, otherwise, I'll teach you a good lesson. Teach me a good lesson. We did have some fights before, but you have won none of them, have you? Besides, this is my home, so as the host, I surely should take good care of you, my dear guest. You're gonna have a finger in this, don't you think you're too nosy, young Lord Bai? Enough. You. What? We're here to attend Mr. Tian's birthday banquet. Okay, find another place to fight if you guys are that eager to do it. Don't worry, you. I won't bother myself arguing with him, a boor who only knows about fighting. I've just learned a new art of making tea, come with me and I'll let you have a good taste of it. It can help calm the nerves and condense qi. As long as you drink it often, I assure you that you'll enter the tranquil mind soon. Don't bother, I need to wait for Mr. Liu here. It's okay you don't want to come, I want to see Mr. Liu, too. So let me wait here with you together. You, this is. Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Zhang Xuan, a teacher of the Hongtian Academy. Master Zhang, this is Tian Long, the only grandson of Mr. Tian, who is the host here. Zhang Xuan, the Hongtian Academy. Are you that Zhang Xuan who is gonna have a teacher evaluation with Mr. Lu Sun? Lu Sun is the most excellent noted teacher in the Hongtian Academy, and you dare to have a teacher evaluation with him. You've really got a nerve, I admire your boldness. Tian Long, what are you trying to get at? Nothing, I just want to say it's very important to know one's own limitations. If you overreach yourself, you'll only get yourself exhausted. What did you say? Who has overreached himself? Master Zhang is just a low-key person who doesn't like the limelight. Master, what kind of master is him? Not just everyone can be called a master, okay? Only the people who have reached a marvelous level in their profession are qualified to be addressed like that, just like my grandfather. He keeps pursuing perfection in the tea ceremony, and that's why he is entitled to be called the master of the tea ceremony. It would be respectful enough to call him, a teacher from the Hongtian Academy in his 20s, Mr. But, Master. He really should know his place. Greetings, Master Yuanyu. Master Yuanyu. Tian Long, you guys have come, too. Master Zhang, you're here, too, it's really been a long time. I remember we just met the other day. That's just pleasantry when an elder says, it's really been a long time, but you just blurted the truth out. You are really good at making people embarrassed. And what did Master Yuanyu call him again, Master? Master Yuanyu, you're a real medical expert and a licensed doctor. But you have actually rushed to a guy younger than you with reverence and even called him, Master. Yes, you're right, it's just that I've hung your wonderful painting in my room and admired it day and night. And the more I looked at it, the more I realized how far I was behind you in painting. That's why I forgot we had just met the other day. It's just a painting, so there's no need to admire it like that. If you really want to learn how to do it, I can teach you. That would be great, thank you very much. Yuanyu, are you really a master? Why do you look like a studious schoolboy now? Learn from this guy, what the hell? Master Zhang is the real master of painting and calligraphy, and even Master Lu Chen admires him very much. If even he doesn't deserve to be called a master, then who does? The master of painting and calligraphy. What level has this infamous teacher who is not even 20 years old achieved to be so respected even by Yuanyu, a real master of painting and calligraphy? I began to learn the tea ceremony at the age of 7, and it has been 18 years, but I have only reached level 2 of the tea ceremony, return to innocence. How is it possible that a guy younger than me has really achieved the master's level? Then I should go over there now. I'll come to you when I'm free, Master Zhang. Okay, just get down to your own business, just find some time to come to me if you really want to learn it. Even if this guy is not a real master, he can't be some nobody since Master Yuanyu has come to greet him in person. Oh, right, today they should be here, too. I was so busy thinking about you that I nearly forgot they would come, too. Zhang Xuan, I'll let them meet you later, and let's see how you are going to disguise yourself as a master at that time. Here they are. Mr. Liu, Mr. Wang, here. Mr. Liu, why didn't you let me know when you came? Because we've just arrived. Tian Long, is there no one in charge of checking the invitations to Mr. Tian's birthday banquet? Why can someone like that guy be here? Of course we have checked the guests' invitations. Miss Huang Yu and young Lord Bai are both invited by me. As for this, Mr. Zhang, I didn't invite him, but since he's the guest Miss Huang Yu and young Lord Bai invited here, I can't say anything to drive him away. Guest, now even a low-level teacher dares to come here and treat himself as a guest. Enough, Wang Chao. Sorry, Mr. Zhang, Wang Chao always speaks with forwardness, please forgive his rudeness. But, I should say this is really not the place you should be, so just go back before Miss Huang Yu gets scolded for you and the reputation of Hongtian Academy gets tarnished. Scolded, tarnished, Lu Sun, what do you mean? Nothing, I just want to remind him that a man should go where he belongs. Miss Huang Yu, I know you're Mr. Lu's teaching assistant and are trusted and favored by him, but that doesn't mean you can do whatever you like. This is the birthday banquet of Mr. Tian, so you'd better watch your behavior. Mr. Tian used to be Mr. Lu's teacher and Mr. Lu is of course obliged to him, so once Mr. Lu finds you bring an infamous low-level teacher to his respected teacher's birthday banquet, it would be very intractable for you since Mr. Lu could be outraged. You. So what you're ultimately trying to say is that I'm an infamous low-level teacher, right? Since it is so. Then noble Mr. Lu, why would you want to have a teacher evaluation with me? Wouldn't it tarnish your great reputation? You're just a stepping stone for me. You have only your own bad luck to blame since you irritated me at the worst possible time. Besides, tomorrow's teacher evaluation will surely attract Mr. Yang and the other 3 noted teachers to come to watch. When the time comes, Mr. Lu will show his teaching results to the full and then the 4 noted teachers are surely going to be very impressed by him. After that, Mr. Lu will be able to make his mark and become the real apprentice and teaching assistant of a noted teacher, but you will only serve as a foil for him. Right, attending my grandfather's birthday banquet is just one of the purposes of Mr. Lu's visit to the city, and his primary aim is to take Mr. Lu as his teaching assistant. This thing is supposed to be a secret, but I happened to read about it in a letter Mr. Lu had written to my grandfather, so I know everything about it now. Really? Then congratulations in advance, Mr. Lu. You are all here. Greetings, Mr. Lu, Mr. Zhuang, and Mr. Zheng. Master. You have the person I asked you to invite come. Yeah, it's just that. Greetings, Mr. Lu, my name is Lu Sun. This young man looks like a real class act, you must be Mr. Zhang Xuan, right? We have finally met you in the flesh, do you know how hard we have been trying to find you? Why did these 3 guys suddenly turn into idiots within only a few days? Mr. Lu, he is not Mr. Zhang. He's the grandson of Mr. Tian. His name is Tian Long. What, you're not Zhuang Xian, then why didn't you just say something to explain? You've made me get so excited over nothing. If he isn't Mr. Zhang, then, where is the real Mr. Zhang now? Hi, I'm Zhang Xian. You're Mr. Zhang. As I thought, you look so personable. Yeah, you're so handsome, graceful, and extraordinary that I recognized you with only one sight. You are worthy of the title of the model teacher in the Tianxian kingdom. Good for you. May I ask what you 3 noted teachers want me for? There are too many people here, so let's go somewhere else to talk about it. Okay. I'd also like to ask them about the black smoke in my body. Mr. Lu, I'm Lu Sun, the star teacher in the Hongtian Academy. I know, I've heard something about you from His Majesty. Alright, make way now, I have something to discuss with Mr. Zhang, so just get out of the way and stop messing around. Didn't you say you had got inside information? That Mr. Lu had written to offer to take Mr. Lu on as his apprentice. So, what happens now? Have you ever seen a teacher who doesn't even bother to take a look at his apprentice? I swear I've read that letter, but I really don't know why it would become like this now. Mr. Lu, Mr. Zhuang, and Mr. Zheng, my master sent me to meet you when he knew you were here. Okay. Mr. Zhang, just go there with us, Mr. Tian used to be my tea ceremony teacher and he's a very nice person. Alright. This way, please, my master has already waited for you in there. Please come in. Your techniques and movements of making tea are still so extraordinary and smooth, Mr. Tian. We haven't even actually tasted it, but its aroma alone has proved to us that it must be very good tea. Lu Ling. Stop making fun of me. But the gentleman behind you is. Mr. Tian, this is Zhang Xuan, an outstanding young teacher of the Hongtian Academy. Zhang Xuan. Isn't the most outstanding teacher of the Hongtian Academy Lu Sun? Mr. Lu is indeed very excellent, too, but Mr. Zhang is no worse than him, or even better. Even better. Didn't Lu Ling write to offer to take Lu Sun on as his apprentice before? But why did he suddenly bring this guy up to me now? Since he can get such a compliment from you, it shows that he's really got something and is qualified to sit here. But if he wants to drink my tea, it's never gonna be easy, he'll have to pass my test. Test. Great, Mr. Zhang Xuan. This is a tremendous opportunity, you've got to seize it. You might not know that everything in Mr. Tian's tea, no matter it's the tea leaf or making technique, is all carefully selected and very exquisite, and drinking his tea is the dream of countless cultivators. Besides, if the martial artists drinks Mr. Tian's mind-calming tea, they will reach the tranquil mind in a short period of time. Although it can only last a very short time, it will enable people to feel the secret and benefit of this mind stage, which will do a lot of good to their future development. Enable one to reach the tranquil mind in a short period of time. Only when people enters the tranquil mind can they focus on one thing wholeheartedly and not be disturbed by other emotions. No wonder he takes this so seriously and even asks to test me. I have already reached the elementary level of the tranquil mind, but if this tea is really that awesome, maybe it can get me to reach the middle level or even higher. Then Mr. Tian, may I ask what test it is? No hurry. Let Lu Sun come in, too. Greetings, Mr. Tian. Just take a seat. Both of you are very excellent teachers of the Hongtian Academy, but it's a pity that there's only one cup of tea, so I'll only have to give you a test. Let's do it this way, I'll give you a question, and you two should answer it. The winner will be rewarded with that cup of tea. Lu Ling, is that okay? It's all up to you, Mr. Tian. So this old guy's real purpose is not to test us, but to create a chance for Lu Sun. So under the disguise of letting us fight for the tea, he's actually trying to let Lu Sun fully show himself so that he can regain Mr. Lu's favor. You're doing this test to get that cup of tea, so I'll just give you a test about the tea ceremony. Tea ceremony. Mr. Tian, Mr. Zhang is a master of painting and calligraphy, and as far as we know, he has never been exposed to anything of the tea ceremony. So it might be a little unfair if you want to test them with the tea ceremony. The master of painting and calligraphy. Then how about this? Besides the tea ceremony, I also know a thing or two about painting and calligraphy, and I happened to get a painting recently. Lu Sun comes from a family which has a strong background in painting and calligraphy, and his father Lu Chen is also a master of painting and calligraphy. So under the influence of his family since childhood, his understanding of calligraphy and painting is certainly better than that of the tea ceremony. How about I bring the painting I've got out for you two to have a look, and the person who makes the most accurate appreciation of it will be the winner. Do you have any objections? No, I'll do it in your way, Mr. Tian. Of course not, Mr. Tian, I'm totally okay with that. A painting and calligraphy test. If he wants to test us with something else, I may still have to search for books in the library and study them little by little, but if it's painting and calligraphy, I don't have to do those things at all. Since both of you are okay with that, here is the painting Mr. Lu gave me, which can be called perfect. Every time I see it, I'm filled with heartfelt admiration. You two are lucky enough to have a chance to see such extraordinary work today. I really wish I could live to see such an outstanding master of painting and calligraphy and see his exceptional skills with my own eyes. Alright, without further ado, I'll show you right away. Zhuang Xian, Zheng Fei, you guys are also well versed in painting and calligraphy, so just give some comments, too. Mr. Lu, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Let's just wait and see now. This is a painting at the 5th level. Yeah, you're right, but it's a pity that the artist neither left his or her own name on it nor the name of this painting. Or else, I'm sure to visit him personally. Okay, since you're to appreciate this painting, let's just get started. Look at the picture and make a comment. The one who makes the most accurate comment that is in line with the actual situation will be the winner. The 3 noted teachers and I will be the judges, so you don't have to worry about the fairness of the test. Mr. Zhang, since you're called a master of painting and calligraphy, then why don't you go first? Well, I'd like to let Mr. Lu go first. Okay, then I'll get started. But I hope that this time when you lose, you will not try to make any excuses. Judging from his behavior, he's just an incompetent loser, so how dares he vaunt himself as a master? What a joke. This painting at the 5th level is created by a Grandmaster of painting and calligraphy, so I dare not make any comments that might offend it. Therefore, if there is anything wrong with my comment, I hope you can correct me and we can compare notes with each other. Although the artist didn't leave any names on this painting, the idea in it is very profound. I guess that when painting, the Grandmaster must be standing on the vast prairie, feeling the magnificence and silence before his eyes. And seeing this beautiful scene, the Grandmaster was in such a good mood that he or she drove the brush to create this immortal painting. Just take a look at it and you will feel a vast prairie rising before your eyes. The wild deer are grazing at leisure and the flowers are in full bloom. And apparently, the technique of tracing the contour of objects has been applied in this painting. The Grandmaster first sketched out the outline of the objects and then drew a macro vision. The technique of tracing the contour of objects. Why can't it be dual traversing dragons? Dual traversing dragons, do you even know the meaning of it? The technique dual traversing dragons is only used by street artists who try to produce their work more quickly. It's just like printing. They draw the same piece of work every day, and after days of repetition, they'll become very adept at it. That's how this technique comes. I'm just trying to give you a little reminder. You don't have to get all worked up. Look at these details. That Grandmaster has made them come alive, so how could it possibly be dual traversing dragons? And then take a look at these wildflowers, you can even see their veins, and that deer, you can even see every single hair on it. Judging from this point, this painting is certainly not accomplished all at once. Even the painter is the Grandmaster, it must have also taken him or her 2 or 3 days to accomplish it. Only such a long time of meticulous work can bring out the details of this painting perfectly. This painting is so full of flavor that the viewer can't find any problem or flaw with it. I should say this Grandmaster's strong heart and endurance are not what normal people can achieve. Finally, the artistic conception of this painting is profound, classic, and unsophisticated, so although the name of its artist wasn't left on it, I can guess a thing or two of the artist since I have been dealing with painting and calligraphy for so many years. You can guess who that person is.